Welcome everyone once again to Reimagining the Magic. I'm Katie,
I'm Julie.
and this week is just our mini episode number 2 because we're just going to drop some quick Disney news and get on out of here. But first, we want to thank Breach for sponsoring us. You can catch that on breach.tv. It's pretty awesome. And thanks to everyone who's been joining us on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. And a special thank you to our guest last week, Gabriel Ricard. It was a very funny episode, and you should check it out. It's episode 10. It is up online everywhere you can access this episode. And now let's get to what this little episode's about.
All right, so we've got one big major news story that actually happened today, and both of us are feeling a bit under the weather, but it was such a big story we decided to go ahead and record a quick episode over it.
Disney died.
Yeah, Disneyland suffered a power outage due to a nearby transformer failure. And we're not talking about the Autobots kind.
Yeah, no, the not the property that Michael Bay has been touching. It's and something local happened, and apparently power was out for several hours. People were stuck on the ride roughly 30 minutes before Cass was able to escort them off their various rides. And it wasn't the whole park. It was just like a section, mostly Fantasyland. But like the interview people who got stuck on Small World, apparently it was dark, and I imagine that ride is way more terrifying than Haunted Mansion in the dark.
I can't imagine getting stuck on that ride in the dark. I'd be terrified. I'd be one, and that's funny. This stuff doesn't scare me, but Uncanny Valley stuff does. So if you like, this is the reason that I love Five Nights at Freddy's, because it's all Uncanny Valley, and I love it, and it scares the crap out of me.
Imagine getting stuck on Pirates though, because that's a boat ride. That's water, and you have to like, what if you're stuck in that water part? You have to get
Wait,
out.
is Small World not a water ride?
It is, but there's a lot of it where you can just step out and like step onto those platforms where everything is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because there's the part in Pirates you're going it just in between a couple of boats and it's just water, and I'd be scared. I'm like, how would I get out?
They should put tiny little motors in the boat that they can just activate, and then they just kind of bump along the thing until they get to the end.
I've heard also the water is just like colored dark and it's only like not even a foot deep too, so
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
you can just wade through it. But that was the big news. So if you were in Disneyland, I heard today they're giving a lot of people, I guess, like extra half days or whatever, refunding them or whatever for the incident, to be like, sorry this happened. Oops.
Yeah, it really wasn't their fault. That's just my dad has worked in has worked for one of the major power companies in Texas pretty much all of my life, and since before I was born. Sometimes this stuff happens. I mean, that's what he does, is he works on the lines. He watches the relays and makes sure that stuff doesn't happen on the lines, and if it does, he dispatches people to go fix it. And sometimes there's just nothing you can do, and transformers just blow.
Something like that happened to me a few weeks ago. Like the whole part of the area where my neighborhood is in just was down. Like, it wasn't just my block, it wasn't just my development, it was apparently like all the way down, because we heard about it later on the news. The whole section was just out for like over an hour.
Yeah, blame ERCOT. No, that's actually probably my dad's company was probably the ones that had to come out and fix that. Because they're in that area.
It's so surreal, and I like, you think Disney's like perfect, but then you realize, no, they're subjective to the world like the rest of us are.
Right. Yeah, so I guess apologies to anybody who had to experience that. If you were there, I want to know your story. Like send us an email or something, or like, tweet us. Tell us what it was like. I'm curious to know.
What ride were you stuck on?
Right, because I got stuck on, oh gosh, what was it? Space Mountain last time we were there and so I totally get them taking like 45 minutes to get us off. Although I will say, we were at the boarding platform and it took them 45 minutes to get us off.
I know someone who got stuck on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Ooh.
Partway through a loop.
Oh my gosh, that must have been awful.
Yeah, apparently there's like magnets or something in the ride, so they're able to kind of like unhinge it and pull it back enough where they're able to get people off. But yeah, that's very scary. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
No.
So, well, that's not the only news for today. Today also marks the 1 year anniversary since the passing of everyone's favorite space mom, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, we would say Princess Leia, but she was more than that. She had so many just. After Princess Leia, that was her iconic film role where she was the lead character, but she's appeared in a lot of stuff since just like there as a random character, and that's just her.
Right. And she's got a lot of writing credits to her name as well, which is awesome. I think that's so cool.
Her one woman show was pretty great. I
I wish
loved
I
it. Wishful Drinking is amazing. You can see like there's segments of it on YouTube, and it's beautiful because she just takes everything that happened to her with just the stride, like the fact that George Lucas just owned her. Like she acknowledged that, like George Lucas owned her likeness, owned her image, and was able to sell it. And how weird that was to see her face on the weirdest of things.
Body pillows.
There is worse that she revealed in that stand up bit. She found worse.
Yeah, we'll miss you, Space Mom. You have been a very large part of a lot of people's lives, and we will continue to celebrate everything that you accomplished and everything that you stood for.
And another Star Wars actor actually died today. I feel like a jerk for not remembering his name because today has been just a day, and for me today was Carrie Fisher mostly. But I'm gonna go to Google really quick and look up.
Consult the almighty Google.
Because apparently December 27th, man, this is just the day. It's like, oh, you're in Star Wars. You better not. Nope. Protect Harrison Ford. Oh my God.
Right. Somebody get the protection on Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill, please.
Carrie's set it in motion. No.
Harrison Ford just shouldn't be allowed to fly planes anymore. Then he'll be fine.
Alfie Curtis.
Who?
Alfie Curtis. Dr. Evazan. I can't read. Sorry people who love Star Wars. I'm not a crazy big Star Wars nerd. He was also in The Elephant Man and some other movies. He's a British actor.
Okay. Well, we salute our Star Wars alumni who have passed on, and know that just let them know that the franchise is in good hands and it's as popular as ever.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're all looking down and they're like, please don't mess it up. Please don't mess it up. What are you doing?
Unpopular opinion. I don't think they messed it up, but that's just me. We'll have more on that next week.
More on that next week. And for me, I like The Last Jedi. I liked it as a Star Wars movie, but Julie knows I went to film school. So I tend to look at everything from someone who makes films, and I'm like, like the fact that the porgs exist. Anyone who's followed me on Facebook or Twitter just know how I feel about porgs. Just know internally, and we will go into detail about that. We give our full Star Wars review. But
next,
spoiler alert.
Massive spoiler alert.
But spoiler alert for our full review is the porgs internally made me rage that when I saw it a second time, I had to be drunk. I had to be drunk. I'm like, I can't handle it sober. I can't. No, I can't handle the marketing machine like this. I can't. Ew. I started, well, I'll reveal it in the next episode, but I have created the Last Jedi drinking game. I've made it. It's a thing now. It's a drinking game. So if you like the movie and you want to drink while you watch it, or if you didn't like it and you want to drink while you watch it, I made it, and that will be probably one of our future episodes. So this is just a mini episode, and once again, this has been Katie.
I'm Julie.
And we're gonna go try to stop being sick so we can deliver a real episode.
Right. Let's go get some sleep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.